5 years old vehicle with 107,000 miles costs $42,000. That's what dealerships are asking for a used truck right now, and people are actually paying it. They're stretching their auto loans to 84 months, 7 years, just to make the monthly payment bearable. Right now, 86 million Americans have an auto loan. Nearly 7 million of them are 90 days or more past due. That's the highest delinquency rate we have ever seen. We have far surpassed the 2008 to 2009 recession, and it gets worse. You know that truck America loves to brag about? The one that's been the best-selling vehicle for decades? Well, there's something they never tell you. It's also the #1 most repossessed vehicle in the entire country. The #1. Let that sink in. Stick with me. I'm about to show you 10 vehicles that prove the American car market has completely collapsed. And trust me, some of these will absolutely shock you. Let's get into it. Number 10. Hyundai Santa Fe Calligraphy. Let me ask you a serious question. Are people truly coming out and spending over $50,000 for a Hyundai? Because here we have it. 2026 Hyundai Santa Fe Calligraphy. MSRP starting at $49,400. But with options and destination fees, many dealerships have these listed closer to $53,000 or even $58,000 for the hybrid version. Now I know what some of you are thinking, but it's loaded. It's the Calligraphy trim. I don't care. Hyundai was always the affordable alternative to Honda and Toyota. The brand you turned to when you wanted reliability without the premium price tag. Those days are gone. The Calligraphy now competes directly with luxury trims from Japanese brands at the same price point. And you know what the real kicker is? Depreciation hits harder on these South Korean manufacturers. That $53,000 Santa Fe you just bought? Give it 3 years, it loses 1/3 of its value. 5 years later, it's worth barely half what you paid. A 2024 model has already dropped 32% in value in just 2 years. You're paying a premium to lose money faster. If you go to Hyundai dealerships right now, they're absolutely caked with inventory. Unsold Santa Fe, unsold Palisades, just sitting there collecting dust. So how do you walk onto a Hyundai lot, see the huge lineups of unsold vehicles, and think to yourself, yeah, that's the vehicle I want? Number 9. Ford Explorer, $64,000. That's what they're asking for this thing. 64 grand for a Ford Explorer. Now I want you to think about that for a second. The Explorer used to be the quintessential American family SUV. Affordable, practical, reliable. You could get one for mid-30s, maybe 40,000, fully loaded. Not anymore. So why the massive price hike? Well, here's the uncomfortable truth that Ford doesn't want you to know. Ford's EV segment between the Mustang Mach-E and the F-150 Lightning lost the company billions and billions of dollars. And when you lose that much money, somebody has to pay for it. Guess who? You, the consumer. To make up for those losses, they hiked MSRP on the rest of their lineup. Vehicles like the Ford Explorer now cost a lot more money. The entire lineup was hiked upward to try to make up for those losses. You are literally paying for Ford's failed EV experiment. Think about that. You walk into a Ford dealership looking for a practical family SUV, and you're essentially being taxed to subsidize an electric vehicle you never asked for and probably don't want. This isn't just greed, this is subsidy. You're paying extra so Ford can try to stay afloat in a segment they completely misjudged, and now the American family is footing the bill. Number 8, Honda CR-V. When you look at the Honda CR-V today, the numbers just don't make sense anymore. The entry-level CR-V now starts around $30,920. But here's the thing, nobody buys base models. Over 80% of buyers trade up to higher trims, pushing the average transaction price to roughly $39,000. And if you want the hybrid version, that'll cost you about $5,000 more. So we're looking at a compact SUV that easily crosses the $40,000 mark. That's not luxury SUV money, but it's getting dangerously close. And here's what makes this even worse. The biggest problem isn't even the price tag itself, it's the financing. Auto loan interest rates have jumped from 6.5% to nearly 10% over the past decade. That's driving up monthly payments by almost $300. On a $40,000 CR-V with today's rates, you're looking at a monthly payment well over $700 before you even factor in insurance and maintenance. Speaking of which, insurance has more than doubled in the last 3 years in many states, and in some places, it's tripled. So you've got a CR-V that costs nearly $40,000 on average, financed at close to 10% interest, with sky-high insurance on top of it. And that's before you even fill up the tank. This is exactly what we mean by death by 1,000 cuts. It's not just one thing, it's everything all at once. Number 7, Toyota 4Runner Limited. This used to be an off-road icon you could buy for $35,000 to $40,000. It was rugged, it was reliable, and it was affordable. The kind of truck you take into the mountains without worrying about a massive monthly payment looming over your head. Those days are gone. The 2026 4Runner starts at $41,570 plus $1,450 for destination for the absolute base model. But let's be real, nobody's buying the base model. The spec that actually sells, the TRD off-road or the limited with the hybrid powertrain. Those will run you in the mid to high $50,000, and the Platinum iForce Max that pushes past $63,000. Some dealerships are listing them for nearly $70,000. And here's the thing, the 4Runner was completely redesigned for 2025. So what did Toyota do for 2026? Almost nothing. They added an optional stabilizer bar disconnect on one trim. That's it. And they still raised the price by up to $1,000 across the lineup. You're paying more for the exact same vehicle. The 4Runner is now a hybridized 4-cylinder. The iForce Max delivers 326 horsepower and 465 pound-feet of torque, and it gets 23 miles per gallon combined. Respectable numbers? Sure. But the powertrain isn't the point. The point is that an off-road icon has become a $65,000 suburban status symbol with a price tag that alienates its original fan base. Number 6, GMC Acadia Denali Ultimate. This vehicle right here epitomizes the problem we're seeing with the entire new vehicle market. The GMC Acadia Denali Ultimate. MSRP just under $70,000. $65,000, $100 for the all-wheel drive version, to be exact, and some dealerships are listing them for nearly $80,000. Let me put this in perspective for you. This is an Acadia, not a luxury SUV, not a full-size truck, not a European import. It's a mid-size crossover, a family hauler, and it's nearly $70,000. Here's what makes this even more insane. For 2026, GMC barely changed anything. They added a new top trim and a rear-view mirror camera. That's it. And they still raise prices by up to $1,600 across the lineup. So what are you actually getting for that $70,000? A 2.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine producing 328 horsepower, massaging front seats, a 16-speaker Bose sound system, and Super Cruise hands-free driving. Nice features? Sure. $70,000 features? Absolutely not. Meanwhile, competitors like the Kia Sorento start at $33,885, the Chevrolet Blazer at $36,295, the Hyundai Santa Fe at $36,650. You can get into a fully capable midsize SUV for tens of thousands less. Number 5, Nissan Armada Pro 4x4. Nissan did something interesting with the 2026 Armada. They completely redesigned it, and in the process, they made a decision that perfectly illustrates why car prices have gone completely off the rails. The previous generation Armada came with a naturally aspirated 5.6-liter V8, 400 horsepower, 413 pound-feet of torque. Simple, reliable, proven, a big brutish engine that did exactly what you expected it to do. What do you get now? A twin-turbocharged 3.5-liter V6, 425 horsepower, 516 pound-feet of torque. On paper, the numbers look better. But here's what Nissan conveniently doesn't tell you. Premium unleaded fuel is required now. The fuel economy improvements are minimal. 16 city, 20 highway compared to 14 and 19 before. And you're getting a much more complicated powertrain. More things that can break, more expensive repairs down the road. And the price? The Pro 4x4 trim starts at $74,300, but many dealerships have them listed closer to $79,000 or even $83,000. Almost $80,000 for a Nissan SUV. Here's the truth. Whenever auto manufacturers begin to overcomplicate these powertrains, that's when the MSRP shoot to the moon. They took a reliable V8, replaced it with a complicated V6, and charged you more for it. That's a triple loss. Less simplicity, less reliability, more money. Number 4, Toyota Sequoia Platinum. We have a couple of brand new 2026 Toyota Sequoias here. Platinum MSRP, just over 86 grand. TRD Pro MSRP, just over 86 grand. Let me put this in perspective. The Sequoia Platinum starts at around $81,000, and the TRD Pro starts at roughly $82,500. Add destination fees and dealership markups, and many of these are pushing past $86,000 or even $88,000. Here's what makes this insane. This is a Toyota, not a Mercedes, not a BMW, not a Range Rover. $86,000 is luxury European SUV money, and Toyota has the audacity to charge that for a full-size SUV that starts at $65,000. And get this, for 2026, Toyota barely changed anything. They added massaging front seats to the Platinum and TRD Pro trims, and they gave the TRD Pro a new exclusive blue paint color called Wavemaker. That's it. And they raised prices by up to $1,600 anyway. Do you remember when you would never ever find a TRD Pro of any of Toyota's lineup just sitting collecting dust on a dealership lot? Those days are gone. Now they're sitting for months on end. Number 3, Chevy Tahoe High Country. And well, get a load of that. A Tahoe costing over $94,000 today? Sickening. The 2026 Tahoe High Country starts at around $80,700 to $86,500 before destination charges. But once you add options, taxes, and dealer markups, many are pushing past $94,000. The Suburban High Country? That starts at roughly $83,400 before destination. Add in the $2,795 destination fee, and you're easily looking at $86,000 to $87,000 just to start. Option it up, and you're pushing $100,000. And get this, GM raised prices on the Tahoe and Suburban by $1,400 for 2026 compared to 2025. Same vehicles, same features, higher prices. Let me purposely show you the LT example. The LT is a much lower trim on the Suburban, and yet, even the LT with four-wheel drive will cost you around $69,700. Dang near $80,000 for a lower trim Suburban. How about that? These are Chevy SUV, workhorses, family haulers, not luxury barges. $94,000 is mortgage money, and they're asking it for a Tahoe. When you have high country and premier Suburbans getting into $100,000 plus range, something has gone terribly wrong. Number 2, Ford F-15. Oh, I find it funny. Ford is always very quick to beat their chest and brag about having the #1 best-selling truck in the segment. They've held that title for 49 consecutive years. Over 828,000 F-Series trucks sold last year alone. They love to talk about that. But what they never mention, the F-150 is one of the most repossessed trucks in America, and by a long shot. Right now, Ford is producing more of the fully loaded high-end trims. The King Ranch, with a 3.5-liter V6 EcoBoost, that's pushing well past $100,000. The average list price on the highest trims is about $87,000. The base models, Ford is building 19% fewer of those than they did last year. Ford will do anything to ensure they reach 50 consecutive years with America's #1 best-selling truck. But in the process, they're issuing substantial truck loans to Americans who shouldn't be buying these vehicles in the first place. Low supply of entry-level models, overproduction of $80,000 plus luxury trims, and buyers stretching their loans to 84 months just to make the payment work. Number 1, Chevy Traverse RS. Over $60,000 freaking dollars. Over $60,000 for your grandma's Traverse. You need just a little bit more legroom. Let me break down the actual numbers. The 2026 Traverse RS starts at $59,395 MSRP. Add destination fees and you're looking at roughly $60,000 just to get in the door. And some dealerships are listing these for over $70,000. Now, what are you actually getting for that kind of money? A 2.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine with 328 horsepower, a roomy interior that seats up to 8 people, Google built-in infotainment, and 5,000 pounds of towing capacity. Nice features, sure, but $60,000 features? Not a chance. And the real kicker? Chevrolet raised prices on the Traverse by $500 to $1,700 across most trims for 2026. Virtually nothing changed. Same vehicle, higher price. This is a Chevrolet Traverse, not a luxury SUV, not a sports car, not a heavy-duty work truck. It's a mainstream family crossover, your grandma's family hauler, and they want $60,000 for it. The Chevy Traverse is the ultimate symbol of the car market collapse. If you can't afford a Traverse, you can't afford anything. And that's exactly where we are. If you found this video valuable, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to watch the video below next.